So our goal here is to be able to grow some bean plants and to start the whole process of indoor germination. We're going to start with one of these peat pellets. You could just use normal soil too, but these can get put into water, they'll start to absorb it, and then they will go and make one of these small little containers here that are good to put seeds into. These are bean seeds. They're just a small type of bean, not the kind that would grow up on a big vine, but they're very fast to germinate. And by putting them onto a damp paper towel and then covering it up at night, with putting a container on top or another plate or something to keep it moist, they very quickly absorb water and will double in size in a couple of days. And then you will soon start to see a small little root that's emerging. And that small little root that's there is actually what's called germination. So it's where the dry, dormant seed has now increased in order to be a seed that is germinating. So we can go and take that seed, go and make a little hole into our peat pot, put it in with the root down, of course, and then go and cover it over with soil. And from that process to here usually only takes a day or two, and then only another day to go and have the roots coming out and to have these bean plants starting. Now the key is lots and lots of sunlight so that these leaves will start to develop. You can see with the long stem that's here, this one actually wasn't in enough light initially, and so the stem has actually grown to try to get the plant to the light. These two little pieces here are called the cotyledons, and those, or the seed leaves, and those are the ones that were actually the two sides of the bean plant. And then you can see the first leaves that are just starting to emerge here. So that's the process. Our peat pot is already starting to absorb the water. It'll take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour to go and fully increase, and then it'll be a soil that's just like these guys here that you can go and put your seeds into. So just to review those steps, start with your dormant seeds, put them onto a paper towel or in a Ziploc bag with some paper towel and some dampness that's there so that they can go and absorb. From there, you will get the bean seed actually germinating with that root emerging. Plant it either into soil, in a pot, or into one of these little peat pellets here. Make sure that you keep it watered, get good sunlight onto it, and then once the risk of frost is gone, these can be planted outside. In these peat pellets, you would only want to keep them in this growing inside for about a week or two because these roots are obviously not absorbing any nutrients. So at this point, you could go and transplant it to a larger pot if you wanted to. All the best as you grow your bean plants.